Hello, this is Kev and welcome to my library, my selection of books that I want to recommend to you guys in this video. And the reason for this video is because over the last couple of years I've actually had a number of books that have had a really good significant impact on my life. And I wanted to share that with you, and I wanted to share with you just a selection of these books that you may find interesting, that you may find valuable to check out in your life. Now, what I would say to you guys is you've got to find the medium that works for you. You know, you could have the written book and you could have an actual physical cover and reading it, or you could have an audiobook where you're listening to it. And over the last couple of years I've transferred more to audio. I do prefer to listen to audio, and so I've got a selection of books via the Amazon Audible platform, as well as I've got some hardcover books just here that I want to share with you as well. Okay, so where to start? Where to start? I'll start with this book. This book had a big influence in my life, which is the Tony Robbins Awaken the Giant Within. Now, it's a pretty substantial book, which I actually was one of my first gifts. I was actually Kylie actually purchased this for me really early on. It's a fantastic book, and it really gets into Tony Robbins's, I believe it was one of his first. I don't think it was the first, but I know it was one of the earlier books. It's been around for some time. Awaken the Giant Within. Such a good book from everything. I mean, everything you go to and experience and unleash the power within is pretty much in this book, from goal setting to really understanding what drives you. And that's why I love the words like awaken the giant within, because all of us, we really are giants. You know, it's a giant book for giant people, because we are all giants. When we really do take massive action, it can really give you that motivation and inspiration that you can do it. Okay, so that was really good. Great book. Another book that made a big impact on my life is The Richest Man in Babylon. Okay, so this is one of the books that I was recommended to by somebody online. They said check out The Richest Man in Babylon, and it was a really good book in terms of wealth creation, and I highly recommend it. Like I said, I'm not going to go into too much details on exactly what's what in each of the books, because I've got quite a few to get through, but I highly recommend that you check this out, because some really valuable lessons learned in there. A real classic book, The 4-Hour Workweek by Tim Ferriss. The 4-Hour Workweek, this is probably one of the most iconic books in recent history in terms of virtual assistants, working the 4-hour workweek. Now, I've got my own opinions on the 4-hour workweek, which I'm probably going to go into in a different video, but a fantastic book which really opens you up to the idea of virtual assistants and outsourcing life. All this really blew my mind when I first read this and I was first introduced to this whole world of online business, etc. Another very good book, The E-Myth Revisited. This is one of the books that I recommend for a business owner. Definitely superb book, as well as Work the System. These two books are fantastic. I highly recommend them. I cannot speak more highly of these. These two books are really the fundamental principles that I got from these books. I still play out in everyday life in my business today. So highly recommend them. This is a book that you probably won't recognize. You may do. Mind Maps. Mind Maps for Business. Basically, I'm a very visual guy, and I love the ideas of I've got a whiteboard, draw mind maps, really get those ideas out of my mind via mind maps. Really good book. It really shares with you how to create mind maps, the value of mind maps, and everything. It's really good. I highly recommend it. I'm going to have descriptions down below as well of where you can get all the books. Another classic book, The 7 Habits of Highly Effective People. Now, I've done an accelerated note on this. This is a fantastic book. I really like this book for the habits. They're so, in many ways, they're very, I guess, they can be classed as, well, it's a little bit obvious, you know, but it is so important that you invest in yourself, you know, being proactive, putting the first things first, you know, the importance of knowing what's important and what's not important, the importance of sharpening the saw, taking the time to review, you know, these things that have been so valuable from this book, so I highly recommend that. This is a small, powerful book called U Squared. Okay, it's called U Squared. This is all about quantum leaps. It's all about, well, why do you have to go A, B, C, D in life? Why do you have to do like 1, 2, 3, like incremental increases in life? This is more about like, why can't we do jumps, quantum leaps forward? This was a great book. In fact, I haven't read it for about 12 months now, and I feel like I really need to read it again, and that's why it's called U Squared. Okay, superb book, quantum leaps. Love that idea. This was the book of 2017. Tools of Titans by Tim Ferriss. I got such great value out of this book. The whole chapter on 1,000 True Fans blew me away. The whole idea of everything that I did in 2017 pretty much came from, in terms of the brand Life Success Engineer, came from the Tools of Titans. That really inspired me early last year. I created a video saying it's the book of the year early last year, so superb. A couple of books that I'm reading right now before I get into the audibles. These are the 2 books that I got for Christmas just past, and these are going to be significant books. So I've got one, Tribe of Mentors, Tim Ferriss. Okay, just started reading this. So far so good. I've literally only got a couple of chapters in, but so far so good. What I've got from this immediately is all about asking questions, and it's not just about the questions you ask, it's all about the word, the sequence of wording that you use. It's so valuable. It's just, Tim Ferriss and his questions that he asks, they're fantastic. So I can't really give you any more value on this just yet because I haven't read it all fully, but looking forward to getting some really good insights, key takeaways from there. This is Principles by Ray Dalio, and I had heard such good feedback from this, so I'm actually going to be taking it away in this trip that I'm going to at the time of this recording. I'm going to try getting through a couple of these chapters, which is really good. And now I'll just quickly shoot off a couple of these from the Audible. So I listen to Audible because I can listen to the audiobook in like ×3 speed, for example, and you can get through the book much quicker. So I've got Think and Grow Rich in there. I've got Elon Musk's biography, if you like, in there. I've got Ask Gary V. I've got Losing My Virginity by Richard Branson. I've got Mastery by Robert Greene. I've got The 4-Hour Body by Tim Ferriss. I've got How to Win Friends and Influence People, Rich Dad Poor Dad, The One Thing, Spark. I've got The Magic of Thinking Big. I've got The Miracle Morning, You Were Born Rich, okay, Bob Proctor. And another one, Secrets of the Millionaire Mind in Turbulent Times by T. Harv Eker. Now they're just a selection of books that I've been really consuming. That's added to a number of other books that I've really got sort of the summaries of and really got some actionable takeaways for my accelerated notes, etc. But that's just some of the books that that have had an impact in my life. I can't can't speak highly enough of things like the book like Secrets of the Millionaire Mind in Turbulent Times. It's a 4-hour audiobook, one of the first ones that I listened to by T. Harv Eker. It's superb. Losing My Virginity, Richard Branson is it's a great book as well. What an inspirational guy. Mastery by Robert Greene. I love that, the whole idea of mastery. Rich Dad Poor Dad, obviously from a financial point of view, it's one of the most classic financial books in creation of wealth out there. And The One Thing and Spark and Thinking Big. So there's just a selection of books that I thought I'd share with you. Like I said, there's going to be some comments in the description below where I'll share with you links to get the books. I highly recommend that you check any of them out. Let me know what you think. I'd love to know if you've got any books that you could recommend, because I'm always wanting to listen to new books. I'm always wanting to extract the ideas from books, because obviously we need to always invest in ourselves. I believe in investing in ourselves through coaches and seminars and training programs. So I try to practice what I preach, if you like, and I try to really apply what I learn, because all these books are fantastic, but it's just ideas. You know, ideas plus application equals results. Okay? So I'd love to know what you think. Give me a thumbs up if you liked any of those books. If you got any suggestions, please use the comments below. This has been Kev here from LifeSuccessEngineer.com. Take care, guys. Keep taking massive action, and I'll see you in the next video. Cheers.